on other illnesses such as sickle cell?
When you say the effect of the vaccine on sickle cell?
The impact on other illnesses such as sickle cell, yes.
Yeah, the vaccine, no. I mean, if you want to get vaccinated, you want to get vaccinated to protect you against COVID. If you have an underlying disease, you still might not get necessarily a very robust response, but it is worth getting vaccinated, because if you look at the chart of those diseases that predispose you to a more severe outcome of COVID, sickle cell is one of them. So individuals with sickle cell should, in fact, get vaccinated.
Let me follow up on this, because are there pre-existing conditions, Dr. Fauci, that would preclude someone from getting this vaccine?
Well, actually not. I mean, if this were a live attenuated vaccine, which is one that would replicate a bit in you, you would be concerned that if someone had an immunosuppressed disease, a disease that either alters and suppresses the immune system, or a medication that you were on that suppressed the immune system, you would be reluctant to have someone have a live attenuated vaccine. But when you have a vaccine that is essentially a protein, namely a gene that codes for the particular protein, in this case the spike protein, an underlying condition might mean you don't get as robust a response, but it's not a contraindication so that you should not get the vaccine.
And so, for example, someone who's got a weakened immune system or is immunocompromised, is that what you're referring to, Dr. Fauci? It wouldn't necessarily be unsafe, they just may not get a same response?
Exactly. Exactly, Sanjay. You have to separate safety and the likelihood that you'll get a good response to the vaccine. It is not unsafe for someone who has an immunodeficiency to get vaccinated. They may not, in fact, make as robust an immune response, but in my mind, it's better than not getting vaccinated at all.
Yeah, I get a lot of questions about that. And Surgeon General Dr. Adams, Matthew in Atlanta has a question as well. This is a text question, and he asks, if individuals in the Black community have not yet received their seasonal flu shot, is it safe to receive both the flu shot and the COVID-19 vaccination at the same time when the vaccine's available?
That is a wonderful question, Matthew. Right now, the FDA recommends that you get those vaccines 14 days apart. And here's the reason why. If you have a reaction after one of the vaccines and you get them both at the same time, we're not going to know whether it was a reaction to the COVID vaccine or to the flu vaccine. So that's the reason we want you to have it 14 days apart. But again, we're vaccinating healthcare workers and older people first because we want to immunize for the greatest impact. That means you should be getting your flu vaccine now. Anyone who didn't get your flu vaccine, I want you to know 500,000 people are hospitalized for the flu every single year. And we can't afford, with our hospitals at 100% capacity in many places across the nation, to have 500,000 people in hospital beds with flu this year. So one thing you can do to help our healthcare workers out, like Sandra, who talked to you earlier so passionately and compassionately, is to get your flu shot now so that you have that 14-day window taken care of when it's your turn to get your COVID vaccine.